Coach, first of all, what do you want to talk about? How did you get down like that, but then how did you come back?
Yeah, I mean, we got down early because we just were not able to adjust Morris's speed and quickness and length. And that is usually kind of first game stuff. We don't have that type of length, in practice or any of those things. And so to replicate that in games, you just need game reps to be able to do it. So our guys were a little bit back on their heels in the first half, and really proud of how we came out in the second half. And we adjusted to that speed and that length.
So can you tell us then how did you come back? Let's start with Ronnie Engelmeyer, not only what he did in this game, but also going over the 1,000-point mark here too. He's quite a player, isn't he?
Yeah, he's great. And last year he played through a knee injury that he had all year, and he gutted through it. And he kind of looks back to himself now. I mean, he's just a great player, right? He can score at all the levels, and he's a strong body and a good defender. So for him to get 1,000 points early on in his varsity or early on in his senior year really tells you how great of a career he has. And he's just fun to watch. And especially when any good player, when you get the attention of the other team so much and he's still able to do those things, he's a pretty explosive player.
One player who hasn't had a lot of experience as a varsity player was Braden Dobmeyer, but Dobie was out there doing some good things, wasn't he?
Yeah, Dobie is a great scorer. He just has this weird ability to he's kind of got an old man game. For all you old timers out there, we call him the microwave Vinnie Johnson, who used to play on the old Pistons teams, because he's got no fear. He's a way to slither in there. He plays off of 2 feet really well, and so he gives us a big lift off the bench.
Can you go through, too, some of the other players for Melrose and especially some of the seniors? What are you hoping to get out of those guys, as we saw here tonight?
Yeah, we want to get a lot of leadership. They're an interesting crew because they're a close-knit crew, but they're pretty quiet personality-wise overall. So sometimes, you think that they're not energized, but they are, because they're always really focused. And a guy like Connor Anderson, had a solid game, and we're going to expect a ton out of him. Isaac Rosenberger, we're going to ask to do a lot of things. Weston Mittendorf and Ryan Herdering did a very nice job too, just being big guys and just kind of doing all that little stuff. And they don't need the ball to do a lot, but we expect them to do quite a few little things. And so we go by our seniors. I mean, there's no question that we're going to go by them. And so as the year goes on, we're going to continue to play through those guys.
When you start to go through the names and the teams in the West Central Conference this year for the boys, everybody is good. Every game's going to be like this, don't you think?
I think so. I think if you can stay injury free, you got to protect your home court, which we obviously did not do tonight. But yeah, I mean, I think that's the way you like it, right? I mean, that's the way that you want it, because you don't want to have all these ups and downs and people blowing out teams. And there's going to be a lot of really good basketball, which is fun. It's always fun to kind of see the scores at the end of the night and, who played well, and nothing would really surprise you, I don't think, with a lot of scores.
I want to maybe put you on the spot here. This is game number 1. But as I look ahead to game number 25 at Sauk Center on March 1st, okay, what is happening tonight, and then what has to happen when you're playing your best of the season before the playoffs there?
Yeah, I think as the season evolves, players just try to figure out, how do we fit the pieces together, and how does that look collectively, and then how does that look individually? So, we have a saying, just be a star in your role. Whatever your role is, just be a star. And if you're a screener, just be a great screener. If you're an offensive rebounder, do that. So I think as we progress this year, it's about finding, avenues for each player to be successful in whatever role that they have. And so I know that's kind of a coach speak type thing, but that's really, we just try to simplify the game for the guys. Just do these things, and hopefully we have enough pieces and parts to have a successful year.
So again, I'll take you back to the point of the game when you're down by 26. Did you sense at all with this?
Excuse me, did you say 26?
Yes.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that bad.
Yes,
okay.
It was that.
Okay.
So anyway, my point being is, did you experience and sense any kind of give up at all with these guys?
Yeah, not one bit, and that's kind of getting back to their personality thing. They weren't pointing fingers. They're not a very overly emotional team, so I think they're just more intrinsic and kind of thoughtful. So it was just come on, let's just go, let's just play. When we get down that much, for a coaching staff, we're just trying to get some momentum, right? We're just trying to, win the next 2 or 3 minutes and have some good possessions, and all of a sudden, we're going, and it's tough to play kind of that frenetic kind of fly around, you're down, all of that stuff. for a long time. I mean, the teams can figure it out, especially good teams like Morris. So I was really proud of our guys for all those kind of little things that they did and got back into it. It's not an easy thing to do, and the gym was rocking for a while.
Mm-hmm. So I guess my advice would be, first of all, don't get down 26, and then maybe make the last shot and then win the game.
Yeah,
right?
let's just do that. Yeah, but when you're down 17 at halftime, well, what if it was 12? Right? Or what if it was 13? Now you're much more manageable. So it's a couple possessions here. It's a shot there, a pass there, a bad rotation, a bad box out, a missed defensive assignment there. In the first half, all right, if this is a 12-point game at halftime, we're probably all right. So that's kind of the lesson moving forward.